Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about gear drives. So the main purpose of this gear drives, bell drives, they are used as a transmission system, either to transmit the power between the shafts. So these gear drives, they play a major role in transmitting the power from one shaft to another. Now let us look into the PPT of what is a gear drive and what are the types of gear drives. So the most reliable system for transmitting the power from one shaft to another or changing the speed between the shafts. So these gear drives, they play an important role. Okay, so among the driving system, the gear drives, they plays an important role. Gear, so this is also called as a cog wheel, is a rotating device which have a cut teeth, or in case of a cog wheel, inserted teeth. So that inserted teeth is called as the cogs, which mesh with another. So only a single gear, it cannot transmit any power. So there should be two or more gears which helps in transmitting power from one shaft to another. Simply only a gear, it cannot rotate and it cannot transfer the power. So there should be combination of two or more gears. So when two gears combine, that is called as the mesh. So with the mesh of the another toothed part to transmit the torque, geared drives, they can change the speed, torque and direction of the power source also. So when the power is transmitted initially from A gear to B gear, it can be reversed as B to A also. So this gears almost always produce a change in the direction of the power source, creating a mechanical advantage through their gear ratio, and they may be considered as a simple machine. The teeth of the two meshing gears always have the same shape. When the combination of gears, it should be of a same type. We cannot combine a spur gear with a bevel gear. That doesn't transmit the power, or it doesn't fulfill the needs properly. So when transmission means, it should be in the same type of gears. A gear can mesh with a linear tooth called rack, producing a translation instead of rotation. So this is a gear drive. And the next one is about the types of gears. So there are different types of gears. Very few are discussed in this syllabus. So the first one is spur gear. So spur gear is a very simple and it is a common type of gears. It is generally used in the transmission of rotary motion between two parallel shafts. The spur gear is the best option of gears, except when speed, load and ratio towards the other options. They have straight teeth. So this is the spur gear. This is how a spur gear it looks like. They have straight teeth and they are very simple form of gears, and the power can be transmitted easily, but this is not much suitable for a transmitting speed. So here comes the meshing of two spur gears. So this is how the mesh of gears takes place. Two gears, they are rotating in an opposite direction, and the teeth are getting connected between the opposite gears. So this is the mesh of gears, and this is how the spur gear, the mesh in the spur gear takes place. So the next one is a helical gears. Helical gears offers a refinement over spur gears. So the teeth of a helical gears will be in an angle. It is not parallel, but it will be in a it's not parallel to the axis of rotation. It is at a certain angle. So in a spur gears, the teeth will be straight, but in case of a helical gears, they are at a particular angle. So the helical gears can be meshed in a parallel or cross orientation. Along with a parallel helical gear, each pair of teeth first contacts one point on the one side of the gearway. So this is the helical gear. In the spur gear, you can see that all the teeth are straight, but here they are inclined at a particular angle. And this is how a helical gear mesh. So you can see here the teeth are not straight, they are at a particular angle, and this is how the mesh of the helical gears takes place. Next comes the bevel gears. Bevel gears, this is similar to that of the cutter. So bevel gears have teeth cut on one cone instead of a cylinder blank. They are used in pairs to transmit rotary motion and torque where the bevel gears are at right angles at 90 degrees to each other. So they can be used in a pair only, and they'll be attached at a 90 degree to each other. When two bevel gears are at right angles and in equal size, they are called as meter gears. Bevel gear transmit power between two intersecting shafts at any angle or non-intersecting shaft. They are classified as spiral and straight tooth bevel and hypoid gears. So this is how a bevel gear, you can see they are kept in a right angle, that is 90 degree. Two gears are kept in a mesh, and this is the small animation of how the bevel gears it works. The next is the rack and pinion. So this is also one form of a gear where the rotary motion is converted into a translational motion. So a rack and pinion is a pair of gears which convert rotational motion into linear motion and vice versa. So a circular gear called pinion, it moves on the linear gear called the rack. So rack is the linear gear and pinion is the rotary gear. The rotary gear pinion, it moves on the rack and it converts the rotational motion into translate linear motion, or either linear motion can be translated to, converted to a rotational motion. Any vice versa can be done with the help of this pinion, rack and pinion gears. A rack and pinion it is usually used in the steering mechanism of cars or other wheeled steered vehicles. In rack railway, the rotation of the pinion is mounted on a locomotive or a rail car. It engages a rack between the rail and pulls a train along the steep slope. Machine tools such as lathe machine, drilling machine, and a planing machine is also using this type of gears. So this is how a rack and pinion it looks like. So here is the rack and this is the pinion. The pinion will be rotating, and the rack will be giving a linear motion. So here the rotary motion is converted into a linear motion, or in vice versa, the linear motion can be converted into a rotary motion. So this is how the mesh it takes place in the rack and pinion. So you can see the rack is kept linear and the pinion is rotating. Here the rotation motion is converted into linear motion. This is the small animation of how the rack and pinion works. So the last one is the worm gears. Worm gear is a gear consisting of a shaft with a spiral thread that engages and drives a tooth wheel. So there will be a wheel, along with that there will be a shaft which consists of threads. So worm gears are an old style of gear and it's a version of one of the 6 simple machines. Basically a worm gear is a screw butted up against that. It looks like a spur gear with slightly angled and curved teeth. So this is a spur gear with there is some threads driving that helps in driving the gear. It changes the rotational movement by 90 degrees, and the plane movement also changes due to the position of the worm wheel. They simply consist of steel worm and a brass wheel. So this is how a worm gear it looks like. This is a simple spur gear with some threads to drive the gear, and this is the animation of how the worm gear works. So you can see here the threads, it keeps on rotating, which makes the gear to rotate. So the next is the advantages of the gear drives. So what are the advantages of using this? The velocity ratio, it remains constant. The center between the shaft is really small, and the very large power can be transmitted. They can be drive up to 99%, and a provision can be made in gearbox for gear shifting. So these are some of the advantages, whereas disadvantages is maintenance cost is high, and they are complicated in structure. Careful attention is needed, and it requires precise alignment of the shaft. So this is about the introduction of gear drives, types of gear drives, and the advantages and disadvantages of the gear drives. Thank you.